in the morning we heard that rich nations perhaps may not have enough resources to fund SDGs, so people actually will be looking for private corporations, private sector to put in their money. It becomes more important, I think, when we are talking about SDGs, how to protect them from undue corporate interference. And I totally appreciate the role, perhaps which you mentioned, even global compact. But since we are talking about a range of issues, it's not just land right. I think it's important to recognize the problematic corporations, how they have got more leverage by the association with UN Global Compact. For example, oil corporations, tobacco corporations, water corporations like Suez, Shell, and IDC and others. So I just wanted to flag that because the corporate capture is definitely going to be a huge increasing. It's definitely increasing not only in our national context but also while we are hearing about funding of SDGs and their rollout. Perhaps it will become more important. Just to.
We have also Datta Patil ji among us. Datta Patil ji has been to a couple of sessions. If you have any remarks or any comments, anything that you want to share right
now. About 10 days ago, I think, maybe about 10 days ago, I saw a thing on a video. It was about the Rana Plaza. The Rana Plaza is the disaster that happened in Dhaka. It's a video which has been made by The Guardian. It's a long video, very long video. I think it's very relevant to what we are talking over here. That's why I'm going to ask them to all go and see it as well, obviously. And you can decide for yourself. But it's the story of one Bangladeshi woman. I can't remember her name now. I forgot her name. But just one Bangladeshi woman who came from the village in Bangladesh. Had a mother. Her mother couldn't look after her. So she emigrated to Dhaka together with her husband. And she worked in Rana Plaza. And you know what they do in Rana Plaza? They make clothes that are cheap and that people in the West can buy. Okay? I'm a great believer in the North-South divide. So I will talk about the West rather than developed and undeveloping and all that. And then it goes into great detail into what happened because it's the story of her life and it's the story of what happened inside and it takes you inside Rana Plaza and talks about the things that happened inside Rana Plaza and talks about the compact that exists. Now, the guy who owns Rana Plaza is not, he's not Ambani, okay, and he's not that guy in Adani in Gujarat either, okay. He's just one guy who owns the plaza. I mean, a 5-story building, and the whole 5-story building collapses. And the whole 5-story building collapses, of course, because like buildings collapse everywhere in India, they collapse because the corporation is absolutely useless. Dhaka is what? Probably the most densely populated city in the whole world. It's not the most populated city in the whole world, but it's the most densely populated city in the whole world. The Rana Plaza is on the outskirts of Dhaka. So this compact, and of course the Guardian makes a big pitch about it because the pitch is it's made for the people in the West and says, do you really want to buy these clothes which you don't need at all? And see what is the outcome, right? The woman had a girl child and she lost her husband in the disaster, right? And the people in that disaster, their bodies were not found for 13 days, 15 days. Right? So that's the kind of situation in which we are talking about a sustainable development. That's anybody's idea of a sustainable development, obviously not sustainable. Because the building collapses, and the society collapses, But whether the people who have a large amount of money to invest, whether they will be made to collapse or not, is another question.
As Pooja said, that before the board of the league, there were, and even during board of the league, there were many consultations at local and national level, and all the vices and the pointers were incorporated in the report. They were submitted. That is true. we have been talking here nationalizing sustainable development goals. Amitabh said that we also need to southernized. But I would say we need to localize. Because unless and until something happens out there in that village, I don't see anything will happen at global level. And what I have been last 20, 25 years, I personally have been observing is all these documents and debates, are being and discussions are being at the local level only. The whole perspective is put in global level. Then we debate, we need global, we need southern, then we need national. And then after that, we hardly go down. So I think maybe we need to look at this, how to localize these, goals, number one. Number two, now in this Indian context, it has been discussed in this session before, that if really the planning commission will be out, then what kind of mechanism we as a civil society see or expect? There will be such kind of mechanism which will be used for the negotiation and advocacy. So that is, I think, two. Third is, maybe as a civil society organization, we are coming together and discussing and debating the SDGs. It's something happening at government level, or government is totally, blind about it. I don't know. Nobody has basically, put on the. What is the Indian government is discussing on this? What are the movements going on in the government? We really don't know. Maybe if someone is there who knows that and share with us, that will be good. Thank you.
We'll take a couple of more questions and then Su साहब आप कुछ कहना चाहते हैं? विजय जी, अरुण जी, anybody else want to say something? Speak up.
Hello, I'm Anshul from Development Coordinators. I wanted to ask a question to Govind ma'am, and possibly not a question but a query about how do you think the entire, you spoke about violence against women and how the Western UP is, and possibly Haryana states with excessive violence prevalent in the local communities. I was wondering, what do you possibly see as a solution to such things, considering the fact that my readings tell that there are Western societies where economically, as you said, the land rights being given to women are a way that they can bargain their non-violence. But on the same perspective, where there are equal work distribution or possibly economically equal society between gender, where violence is still prevalent between against women. So how do you think can there be a possible solution, and is economic equality a possible way to think that there can be gender, not I would say gender equality, gender neutrality, or less violence against women?
Shirish from Development Support Team and Vidyapal Agro Forum. It's not a question, just one comment and suggestion. I would echo what Dattaji said about how to make this entire discussion a local one. So I think this forum should find some ways and means or mechanisms to how to take this rich discussion taking place here to the local communities. Because I'm sure the policy makers at the center, at the state level, they are not at all aware about what is happening. And those who are aware, they are keeping mum so that this information doesn't reach to the people. Otherwise, there will be, like vibrant civil society and the communities, they will raise a voice, etc. But I think people should be aware about this. They should know what is happening about them at the national and the international level, and they should be made aware about this. And I think that is the responsibility of the civil society. We have to find some mechanisms to take this information to the communities. And second thing is that I think, as far as India is concerned, there are many progressive laws and policies are there in place. But the whole issue is of its implementation. We have a Domestic Violence Act 2005, but how many states are really implementing them? The violence due to this property rights or like transfer of land, etc., whatever kind of violence taking place at the domestic level. So how many cases are really reported and they are treated in the court of law? that is a really big question mark. And the mechanism required to implement this law, what mechanisms are there in place and whether they are sufficient or not to treat all the or to give the justice to the women. We have Forest Rights Act, we have PESA, we have Food Security Act etc. in place. But are they really implemented in their true literal spirit? I think that is also a big issue. So whatever laws and policy that will be evolved in another, like 1 year, two year, regarding these, international processes these are taking place. I am not really very sure that how far they will reach to the people and how the exclusion will be done. I mean, how the inclusion will be done. I think that we have to debate in the future that what if these international processes are taking place, how the exclusion can be done away, inclusion can be more participatory.
No, in the process of nationalizing rules, I did not see any target related to sanitation. Rural sanitation is the issue in the context of India. So I did not find it. Maybe I missed out while looking, or if somebody from the health background can something.
Comment come question to Kavita actually. Kavita?
Yeah.
Because it's it's still everybody. No, what you said I agree with a lot. That without small farmers and women, actually sustainable agriculture is really not possible. And even the SDG document, in fact, there was a big fight to include. I mean, small cultivators were left out completely. Like when these different versions were coming out before, and especially like give them some credit and some this that, and that was it. Even now they have some more that okay, double their productivity, give them resources, this, that, but it never recognizes the agency of small farmers and women in kind of as kind of promoters of sustainable agriculture, etc. So so the fact is, I think the organizers' objective was also what also Shomo said, that it's not to be limited by these SDGs, but actually applying it in our own context and going beyond that, and therefore, I was just...
That I thought is tomorrow's experience.
Yeah, but then, so basically, how do we explore, how we put that at the center of, sustainable agricultural practices, and how do we really kind of ensure that that role is recognized, etc.
I was hoping that I could formulate it and bring it tomorrow.
Oh, okay, great.
So
we look
all the
forward to
various
it.
points.
Just a reminder, probably everybody knows, but most of the food production in India is done by small farmers, not done by anybody else. In fact, an overwhelmingly good amount is done by small farmers. So when we go away and we say we're going to urbanize and there's going to be whatever it is, 30% or 40% of urbanization and so on and so forth, we should also remember, I looked at the figure the other day, the number of people who come into the workplace every year is 12 million. The total number of people employed in the private sector in India is less than 10 million. So where are they going to go? And how are they going to be employed? Obviously they're going to go into the 95% unorganized sector. Unless something radical is different. So that is one point in which you can take, when you nationalize the debate, go to your people and you say, what are you talking about? We don't know what you're talking about. How are you going to do it? How are you going to manage it? This is not the United States of America in the 16th century or the 17th century.
No, just to correct you on that number,
Yes.
if you talk only in terms of food production,
Yes.
then corporations and big farmers can do it for you, and that is happening. Big farmers do produce the largest quantum of food produced in this country. What you've said just now is not correct in terms of quantum of food produced by smallholders. 60% of 83% of smallholders produce just about 40% of India's food. That's essentially because the larger farmers tend to use unsustainable, intensive practices, and for the short term and for the short run, they are able to produce more food. If we go down that lane of measuring only food production capabilities, then we'll go about it the wrong way. Because the government will also very happily measure itself only on food production parameters, and they can get it done through Reliance's SEZ, Agri-SEZ in one location, as well as one set of big farmers and so on. That's the reason why I'm saying that we've got to bring it back to how do we ensure that the largest number of people who have agriculture as their mainstay have decent, dignified livelihoods. And through that, purchasing power, producing for themselves, producing for others, all of that can be addressed. Did I make sense? Did I?
Yeah, I'm not sure that I agree. Maybe we'll talk about it later. Because I think maybe the large farmers produce more for the market. But that's not the food that's consumed. All the food that's consumed in India is not what's available in the market.
Certainly not.
People
But
consume
just
for
in terms of
themselves.
the total quantum of...
We're talking about that. Right? So, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, so 2 minutes for analysts to tell. 2 minutes each.
I'd just like to add one thing. I think when we are talking about localizing what you were mentioning, I think people, organizations that have been involved in, let's say, Rio Plus and global, I mean, they are the ones, let's say, from national level have been pushing and advocating on the issues that they're working on. And there'll be much more, for example, if caste is not a value, or for example, something else is not, or for example, Dalit, kind of. I think it's because a lot of organizations that are working on ground and the issues are relevant have not been aware of the processes that have been ongoing and have not been able to really plug in their own kind of discussions and concerns. But I think that's precisely what that's why we're saying that we want to localize it here and take it to that level where they're aware of it. So it's a huge thing, but I think more kind of relevant.
I think I would want to just share with you what the government's position is as such, because Dattaji also mentioned that in the 17 codes, the way they are right now, there was a lot of iterations that happened. Initially it was 19, and then it came down to 16, then it became 17, and there were also changes in terms of the language. I mean, the government's primary position has been that why are you saying that you don't want economic growth and let the SDGs. So our this was that let's not focus on economic growth so much. Economic growth only goes to up to a certain point. You are talking about sustainable development, so talk about development instead of growth. So they have been very clear that no, we want economic growth, and they in fact even go to this extent of saying, okay, you look at the number of goals, you see how many are there which are for social development, how many for environment, and how many for economic. So economic mein to do hi hai, so now you are saying dusra bhi hata do, so that is not okay. So that was actually the kind of discussion we had, and this is the kind of thing they said. And of course, one more nuancing that they did was that economic growth nahi hoga, so how will you expect it to be distributed? And then we would say that no, if we are focusing on economic growth, we again, start dividing. And then it will not be the whole idea, it will always be that there will be this whole redistributive injustice, that will happen. So let's focus more on the justice agenda. But then that was one thing. The second thing which they were very, very know about was rule of law. Rule of law, and the first focus area document, it had governance in it. And I absolutely take your point about good governance. It is a very World Bank driven sort of agenda. But then we were pushing for justice, just-based governance. So justice governance, just governance. And they were like, why are you talking about governance? India is the most, you look at the framework we have accountability, RTI hai hamare paas, and if you don't bring that here, keep that at the national level, yahan pe global baatein karo. And don't soil your, don't bring your dirty laundry here. Let's talk about it in our national framework. And anyway, we are much better than all these other countries, Saudi Arabia. That's the kind of thing that they were saying. Another thing which was a huge problem was peace and conflict. So they were like, do you think we are like Africa? We are not Africa, please. So we are not a conflict-ridden country. And then they seem to have completely forgotten that there is this whole unrest happening in so many pockets across the country. So what is that? It is directly related to the whole issue of lack of development percolating down. So that's there. Another thing is climate change. There again, that's the one goal which unites India and the US. So Ajay also would have talked about it, we might talk more about it later, where they say that we don't want a separate goal. They're saying let's integrate it into everything. Now, how do we integrate climate change into education? We can maybe say that, okay, have some education around climate change, environmental justice and all of that, but you cannot really integrate it everywhere. And so with that, they also try to link the common but differentiated responsibilities principle throughout all the goals. So they're saying, let the developed countries take more responsibility for everything. Let the developing countries not be asked to take all the responsibility, because Rio Plus 20 document said that CBDR is applicable, and because we want common but differentiated responsibilities across all goals, so we are not taking all the responsibility. So, I mean, I think technically it's fine to say that, you know, let's not take the responsibility, but then the whole thing of North-South, you know, it's not that all of India is poor. We have dollar billionaires also. So, what about the whole thing of, you know, the North in the South and South in the North? So, there are all these issues. And another problematic thing is that they're very pro-partnerships. And when they say partnerships, it's always private partnership. So they want corporate sector's participation in everything, not just in implementation, but from the very beginning, from the designing, from funding, from everything, the issues that you raised. Some of the things that they have been positive about, which is like progressive, has been sustainable consumption and production. So they're saying that developed countries need to focus on their consumption patterns. They have to look at what are the, you know, benchmarks that they have already kind of passed, and they need to kind of look at that. Another thing which was something pushed very, you know, focused way by many developing countries, including India, G77, China, was the means of implementation issue. Now, means of implementation is something which they call what are the ways in which they will, you know, operationalize these other goals. So they look at technology, they look at capacity building, they look at finance, they look at trade, and specific components within these. So in that, they have had very progressive recommendations where they said that, you know, do away with the kind of unfavorable laws and policies that are there, which do not promote southern or developing countries' agenda so much. So that is a positive. The third positive has been that they have pushed very heavily for inequality. So inequality goal was the biggest mover, and Third World Network had also done this very interesting article on that, where it kind of was there and then it wasn't there. So it kept on doing a disappearing act throughout. So it was because of India and many other countries that we see that as it is today. Finally, an area of debate and something which has been up and down again is sexual reproductive health and rights. So initially they started off by saying they are all for gender justice. They want it. And then they started saying, how do you define early marriage? How do you define a child? So we are not okay with it. They are not okay with female genital mutilation. They are not okay with, you know, there were all these issues that they were just not fine with. Finally, but they agreed, but now we don't have rights, we have access. We have access to sexual health and reproductive rights. So it's not in the rights-based language, but it is very much there again because India was like, okay, fine, we give it, but then there are some other issues where they kind of did not want to give it so much.
We have reproductive rights now.
But that's not in the...
So we don't have sexual rights, we have reproductive rights under 5%.
Okay. I want to say one thing, that I agree with localizing the SDGs. But I would go a step forward. I would really like to learn what is happening at the ground also. So we want to really, not only what the state is doing, that is okay. How the women and marginalized section people are struggling to claim their rights. So there is a claims making process, and that is very, very important for us to know. So that there is a meeting point between when New York talks, and but probably meeting point when we talk, and then we can give examples and examples. That would be important. Whether I call that agency, but whatever the name is given. But the question is that people are making claims to land, fighting against violence. Second point was about violence. The two strategies that have can be work really. That is because the nature and forms of violence are known, so we should not really spend, in terms of the research and knowledge, not really spend our resources and energy on that. The most important problem is what can work to stop this, which is, and two things that are coming to stop this and which have come to light through research and through field work. One is that women collectives from SHGs. Now you go to any part in Andhra Pradesh or any part in UP and Madhya Pradesh, I work only in these three areas and I'm sure it would be in other parts also. The women collective, these self-help group members do beat men who has been systematically very violent. They try to first kind of thing, and that is such a shame in the village that the violence comes down drastically because the other men don't want to be beaten up. It is not a single woman. It is 4, 5 of them, and one strategy sometimes is also used, which I was very much amused at the strategy. It is the chachi or the bua that will raise the fuss and then others would join. And then man would defend himself saying that, "Nahi, wo chachi ne mara tha, not the other women." But actually that is one thing that has been done. Because nothing has worked, that this is the one thing, countering violence, that is not really. And second is when women have land and house. House is in fact number one as we treated. Then nobody can evict them. Where do you go if you are beaten up? You have children, you have your needs, you can't kind of thing. You don't have any exit option if you don't have these kind of resourceless. So assetless position of the women we need to understand, and then only we can think whether they can take decision or not. And that gives them tremendous confidence. You look at Jalon, you look at Banda. I looked at these areas because women are not literate there. Absolute dire poverty. I was interested in this region. Why this region is there? I come from UP but not from that area. Why this region has produced women dacoits? What is so special about it? And then I hear about Gulabi gang, another modern form of, I won't say dacoit, but addressing the issues, that would be. And they said, Jo Adhikari न्यायी है वो हमारा भाई है, so that they are addressing others. और जो अधिकारी अन्यायी है something else तो हाथ में हमारे डंडा है. That is the, so these are the women, and they also have the song 100 में 70 काम हमारा, लेके रहेंगे अधिकार हमारा. That if we work 70%, we claim our rights to that 70%. So there is a claims making process that we need to understand. Thank you.
बांदा वाले को भगा क्यों दिया आपने, सुंदरलाल सुमन? डर गए?
नहीं फोन पे बात.
I just wanted to say one thing. I agree with you that India has terrible positions in most of the other roles where they have to make commitments, but CBDR is not one of them actually, because CBDR is not only the Indian position, it's a consistent position of developing countries saying that developed countries have to take the lead, they have to take more responsibility, we take less. For example, they are talking about, there was one target in sustainable consumption and production that make public government procurement sustainable, which is very good, like all these purchase for railways or construction works, etc. Fine. But developing countries also give preference to women producers, to SMEs through government procurement. If you make it sustainable, they won't be able to meet those standards, which means you leave them out. It's also you provide them opportunity, and developing countries use these tools. So for example, on many of these targets, they said that developed countries should take the lead, and that's why I think through the thing, because for example, inequality or different things when you address, that's why the thing came of universalization, that all countries will take commitments, both developed and developing, but at different rates, given their national realities. An African country cannot say reduce poverty at the same rate as say a developed country or inequality. So there are these constraints. That's why this whole CBDR thing has been pushed not only by India but developing countries as a way to kind of neutralize some of the inequalities that they are facing. So I would respectfully disagree.
No, I completely agree with you that CBDR is very much what was ratified and endorsed by the Rio Plus 20, but that was more just in the climate government framework. So sure, and we also know that the national goals are set by the national government. So member states do not really, this is just the framework. So they are not really going to use the same target. So the poverty line that we have is not what some other country has. And clearly there are all these different targets that are set in accordance with the national government's understanding. So that is already there. But the very fact that to an extent, if India was also seen as in some